So you never really realize how much power the media has. Whenever you're watching TV on the news, you can see how easily media can get their ethics involved. Media ethics is something that they believe to be morally justified, even though they can change perspective of it to their liking. So in my opinion, media gets their ethics involved, but in a bad way, to deceive their viewers into thinking a certain way. And we should not be persuaded by media ethics, but we should be given the truth, and so we can control what we want to think and have our own ideas. So media ethics is bad because they take advantage of what can be displayed in the media, and it doesn't have moral standards, and therefore there should be laws to protect us from media ethics. So in media ethics, journalists can take advantage of what they can show in the public. And they do this by invading other people's privacy, and they also have the right to free press. So journalism ethics is one of the most well-defined branches, and they have a lot of power, and they can choose what they want to put in the media. So they actually have their own perspective of the media as well. And so if they're given one side of a topic, they would research that side and present that as and it'll make it seem biased. And the results shown in Tom Cooper's work in 2006, 19% of people said that media is biased, and 11% said it was dishonest. So, and journalists present things that are unethical, some unethical material. According to Shapiro, journalists have heard about photographers who would stand by and might be able to save a life, and reporters who plagiarize it or fail to verify, producers who trick people, and editors who distort the truth, but yet they still all do it anyways. Even though they can show anything they want in the news, they still invade other people's privacy as well. Paparazzi is one of those forms where they invade athletes, celebrities, and politicians, and they sometimes can make them look bad. Another reason is why media ethics is bad is because they exercise their right to free press. Because they can show the public anything they want, whether it's good ethics or not. So this is mainly the reason why media is considered to be biased or one-sided, because this is the reason why, and it's usually in political TV such as CNN News and Fox News. Now that you know how media ethics can display what it wants, now I will tell you how it doesn't have moral standards. It doesn't have moral standards for telling the truth, stereotyping, and mixing fantasy with reality. So telling the truth should be something media ethics should always hold accountable for, especially in politics. But they usually use it to cover up their dignity. So they won't tell the whole truth in order to have a good story. And they also need to make sure they don't stereotype, because stereotypes can hold a lot of negative. They can present someone to be negative or whatever. They can hold a lot of weight and can negatively affect a person's perspective of themselves. And they usually use stereotypes when they're advertising towards a certain group. So mixing fantasy with reality can also have moral issues. They usually use these mixing reality in reality shows. And it can seem like it's real, but it actually is scripted, and it can give off a false image that all these people think a certain way. And they also can have low standards. Seeing how they can have low standards, that's why there need to be laws to protect us from media ethics. So these laws should protect our privacy, our identity, and our image. So the laws that should protect our privacy should so media should protect our privacy, but usually the celebrities are the ones that get invaded the most. Regular citizens as well, and like when tragic events happen, the media will be all over it and will not allow any privacy. And our identity should be protected, and the media should not be allowed to send false images, and fines should be something that will be able to stop that. And our image is something that we portray ourselves to be, and media should not be able to take that away from us. If our image is protected, we won't have any worries of it being corrupted. So these are the laws that I think that should be So these laws, such as, let me start over. We should have these laws to protect our privacy, identity, and image. And media ethics is bad because they display what they want. They can display what they want, and they don't have moral standards. Therefore, there should be laws to protect us from media ethics. So media ethics can do too much to gain attention of their viewers, and they shouldn't send out false information. So we should be able to have our own opinions on what we watch in the media. So the next time you watch any kind of media, consider what they're trying to say and portray if it's biased or not, and then form your own ideas, because media can be misleading.